This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
This isn't about the dead, it's about the living. It's about my mother. It's about my sister. It's about my wife. It's about the 14 years it took me to go from undesirable to un-goddamn deniable.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women, seasoned professionals, dues paid in full, gunning to be the best.
I'll always light the way, and all you have to do is let me in.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Hey, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on Podomac.com, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you may find us fine audio recording and live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. You know what that means. Talking about professional wrestling, but over the main see me in the independent scene. My name's Matty. That is CWK. Dr. Perky?
No, Pepsi Mango.
Oh, how is that?
Good, I like it. Courtesy of coworker Randy.
Nice.
I showed him some footage earlier today of some stuff we'll be talking about later on the show anyways. I am TWK of TWK Reviews, and let's get ready for some professional wrestling!
Got plenty of it this week. Oh, my birthday week was good, baby! It was good. Also, Bart's Root Beer. The search is over, as I mentioned last night on the Riv Zone.
You've been looking for years to find that stuff.
Months. It's been since the pandemic started. I've had a good Bart's Root Beer that's not from a Mac Arnold's, if you know what I mean, and I believe you do. They have cans of this stuff. Believe me, folks. Next weekend, I'm going back to that grocery store and grabbing 2 cases of that. I'm getting 24 cans of this stuff. But that's beyond me, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, thank you to Mike Shell, subscriber to Tier 1, 45 months. Indeed. Welcome aboard, as always, Fez Head. Joining us, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, and last but certainly not goddamn least, the one and only Mexican himself, Shintigercurl.
Oh shit, it's dim sum time. And I need scissors. 61.
Well, they're over there. You'll have to be careful. That one got cut off from a 9. That's not nice. That's not at all. That poor 9 used to be a 9. Bad joke is bad.
Let's see. Slick Rick says Bart's Root Beer is the best root beer. AEW is good second, but we don't talk about mugs because that's not root beer.
All right, this is where what's available on this side of the pond, like downtown Ottawa, like even in Ottawa, there's not very many places that offer Barks Root Beer, which is unfortunate because Slick Rick is under 100% fucking right. Barks is that's my root beer. A&W is what's replaced Barks in Quebec, and that is unfortunate, at least in the case and 2-liter form. I've had Mugs. Mugs is a root beer. It is not the best root beer, but it works at a pinch. Also, President's Choice has a decent old-fashioned root beer to be as well. But Barks is best, yes.
I have literally had every root beer on the market over the last 20 years.
Pretty sure I'm close to that mark too, actually.
Yep, and A&W is still my brand of choice.
Thank you, good sir.
Here's the thing. I've tried both the American and Canadian AEW, and there is a difference. Believe me, I could taste it. You know what? I don't blame you. That's not a bad pick, though. You know, I think between A&W and Barks, if you have to pick between A&W and Barks in Canada, that's not a bad conundrum. And the States, I'm pretty sure it's not the case either.
Hell, I'm probably, unless I'm mistaken, I'm probably the only one here who's actually had sarsaparilla.
You probably are, because I have never even come across it here in Virginia at all. Nowhere in any store.
Nah, I have not run into. I've tried Stewart's, which is a pretty decent. You can find it the glass bottle. Dad's, that's a rare one to find. That's a rare one to find. But if you have that, enjoy it, savor it.
I've had Dad's. It's a pretty good one.
It's good. There's some that are made with stevia, and the folks Mugs root beer is root beer because it's made with, sugar and all that stuff to make it taste like root beer. If you have one that's made with stevia, that's not root beer. That's poor imitation root beer. And pale one at that. Anyway, that's us geeking out about root beer, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy in my head place. I was at a hotel stay and actually got to watch NXT quote unquote live. Well, first run on a cable particular situation. There was Sportsnet 360 at the hotel room, so that definitely helped. Got myself a DVD or 5. Boy, actually, that's the tally's 5. I got 4 on that little run there. Got The Undertaker's Last Ride on DVD. Yay! Though I will say this: WWE's DVD game, not what it used to be.
Well, yeah, now that all the revenue comes from the network and television companies.
Yeah.
Of course they slipped up. That requires effort, and we know WWE doesn't do anything with effort.
Yeah, I think as far as new DVDs is concerned, I think Undertaker Last Ride will be the last one I'm buying for a while.
By the way, Corica Randy, who got Miss Mango, talked to me about watching WrestleMania finally because he got it on DVD from Walmart.
You know what? For as heavily edited as it might be, he's definitely going to miss the first 15 minutes of Samoa Joe and a Poncho. But, look, Night 1's still good. Night 2 had its moments. No shame there. Tell them to enjoy it.
To me, it feels like WWE peaked with their first show with fans.
Oh, really. They did. They fucking did. But Night 2 had its moments, too.
I'm just talking
as we discussed.
It feels like, okay, we're back, WrestleMania great, and then it's all downhill from here.
Main event of Night 2 redeemed it. Yeah, I'm over the whole Edge thing. The right man won, folks.
Yeah, I'm just talking about as a whole with the product.
Oh, it did. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, Night 1 was like, hey, we're back in Night 2. It's like, it's all downhill from there. But hey, Roman Reigns is heel. You like that? Well, you don't like? Oh, yeah, you're appreciating the. We got you. We forgot how to crowd.
All right, Mr. Matty J, what's on the docket for tonight?
Yeah, let's do some actual factual current day professional wrestling. We got our clip of the week coming up. We have winners and losers. We're just doing news tonight. So if we do a little Q&A, if we miss something, bring it up in the chat. We are obviously going to read it. As for your suggestions about root beer, so we're off to a roaring start there. Clip of the week. There are some weeks where, especially with AEW, let me get it right, it's difficult. There are moments where even Impact had a couple of good ones, but to kick off our discussion this week, simply put, ladies and gentlemen, how could it be anyone else other than Alex Marvez pointing a microphone towards Darby Allin about the subject of the United Center in Chicago, Illinois? Take a listen.
AEW coming to the United Center in Chicago, August 20th, the first dance for Rampage.
I'll be in Chicago. You know, I've been around a lot of men in this world that have laid claim to how they're the greatest. And there's only one place to really prove that. Right here in AEW. Even if you think you are the best in the world.
telling you. If Punk didn't sign an AEW contract by now, Tony Khan is going to make sure both the Sears Center and the United Center in Chicago are fucking packed.
Well, at least I can bring this old meme back finally. Look in my eyes, what do you see? The guy that's fucking AJ Lee.
It's true. And God says that song gives me PTSD, and it's not CM Punk's fault. Well, I'm sorry about that. We didn't mean to. I'd say it's because it's a thing from the Brony fandom. AMV. I'm willing to think it's an AMV or a music video. But
I know nothing about this.
Me neither. I'm only assuming at this point. But yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna ask it. CM Punk to AEW confirmed? Shrug.
Ollie Williams must be losing his absolute shit right now.
I'm pretty sure he's been losing it ever since the reports, at least for Punk, were you know, like he's been preparing his body, and then when that line drops, he was probably on the goddamn floor.
I don't think there's a single human being that's been, you know, using that as a troll move, like CM Punk to AEW confirms. Basically every week.
It's been a running gag literally from day one of AEW's existence. And even with All In, CM Punk has been the meme. As in, oh, they're going to sign CM Punk. Oh, they're going to be this close. Oh, they were talking. They were discussing. Money was discussed. This is literally the closest we've ever gotten to a CM Punk AEW appearance ever.
This has to be confirmed by this because you don't drop a hard reference to CM Punk, two technically, on one show and mention Chicago and not deliver.
You don't rent the United Center for saying, oh, you're going to have Hangman Page versus name a guy for the AEW World Title. Not this close. I said it again. I think I've mentioned this, and I think with Miller the Monk. I've mentioned this with the Indian GTTWF roster that I was talking about with Smithception, who is a popular figure in wrestling TikTok, or infamous if you go by his roasting of poor troll marks who just want to piss people off with their WWE fandom. Nice try, fuckers. If this is a case of if they don't get if they don't have both, they have either Punk or Bryan. And the fact that they've brought up the United Center, it's a case of, all right, it's been leaked. It's the worst kept secret in it, but we can't necessarily blow our load here either. So the Darby Allin promo is literally, yes, is I think to give it the closest relative translation is, yes, we know that you know, but we gotta tease it because we can't spoil it either. We want to sell some fucking buildings out.
More so than normal.
More so than normal. This is literally, okay, we're not going to do a WWE and rip up contracts here. It's like, you guys know, but we're going to build the anticipation. At this point, we have Punk. We're just going to make you want Punk even more. If that makes sense.
Yeah, they're trying to make us very thirsty for some CM Punk.
As if we weren't thirsty enough. At least most of them, anyway.
That Punk is able to make it into the video games. That way, his final wrestling video game appearance will not be 2K15.
True.
It's still in development. I mean, I'm pretty sure that you guys are going to. Well, you got Punk. Can you take a 1 month delay? 3 weeks tops. You work with us, we'll work with you. If that's the case, goddamn. If that is the case, of course.
All right, getting on to the official list of news. The first thing we have here. The Elite Squad defeated Dark Order in a 10-man elimination tag team match, sending Hangman Page out of the All-Out main event officially.
Officially for right now, like he had to surrender his number one contendership spot, but
according to Dave Meltzer earlier today, he's out.
He is out?
Yeah, according to Dave Meltzer, he is out of the main event.
Yeah,
that's a big mistake.
And they don't. And right now, Dave Meltzer has no idea who Kenny Omega will face at All Out.
Because you ever thought, okay, they want to stretch it out because it's still July and we got a few weeks till Labor Day weekend. He could still, like, he's out now, but he could build himself back up in the rankings. There's no, the only stipulation was he had to forfeit the number one contenderships up there. There was no way to saying, oh, but there was nothing that said, but you're not allowed to go back up the ranks.
The actual stipulation was, if he loses the match, he loses his title shot.
That's what I heard. I don't think this will affect his rankings, but
no.
But this is just him just saying your title shot, you can't get it. At least not yet.
This is, again, if that's true and they're sticking to the letter of the word, they are fucking up on All Out. Because here's the thing. Is Punk versus Omega a money match? Absolutely. You don't do that at All Out. No. It's too early. Christian's a money match, but it's not big enough for All Out. The money match for All Out is Hangman versus Omega. So either they're backing off to say, oh, wait, are we sure about this? Or they got a month of build-up left. Let's make them want it even more. Let's make sure that the crowd the crowd is so loud that even Don Callis can't speak anymore and saying, fine, fuck it, you got it, fuckers. No, it's Don Callis. He's hard enough to crack, of course.
According to Dave Meltzer, the original plan will...
Oh, wait, stop. Can you hear me?
Change, apparently.
All right, stop.
What I'm hoping...
You got cut off for a second. We got cut off on the internet for a second. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. What was the plan according to Dave Meltzer?
According to Dave Meltzer, the original plan was Omega versus Hangman at All Out. That was the original plan, but plans apparently changed. And here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that, they don't wait until Full Gear, because that's still a few months away. It's too far away, in my opinion.
Hangman versus Omega is a pay-per-view match, though. So yeah. I don't know why. Yeah, I understand why plans change. I get you're trying to. This is a bonehead move.
Unless there's only one way this makes it right. The New York show, where they're going to have 20,000 fans, if they want to use that large audience for Hangman's coronation. That's the only way it makes sense in my head.
That's a rock and a hard place in this situation. Who do you put in All Out? But Omega wins, so you're gonna fuck up someone's momentum by doing that.
It is weird because it's like, do you want it at the big pay-per-view or the big television show?
That's a big show, and 20 Arthur Ashe Stadium. It's not MSG, but it's still New York. It's still Queens. It's a big fucking building.
And right now, I think they're at like 16,000, 17,000 sold.
They're going to sell it out.
Ugh, that is...
Now, the stipulation would say it would be at All Out, but they weren't specific on the title shot. They could say, all right, you're out of All Out, but I'm still number one, bitch. I'm still in line.
Yeah, that
so they could spin it like that. I still think this is a pay-per-view coronation kind of situation, but if you want to ensure an absolute sellout, like say there's like 1,000 tickets left about a week or so away, or a couple weeks or so away, with the pay-per-view done, Omega is saying open challenge, and then wait a minute, I should not have said that. Here's cowboy shit, and oh boy, we're fucked. I can't walk. It's tough.
Very tough.
JC in the chat, though, it's possible they want Jericho versus MJF to main event All Out, since it's likely to be a retirement stip. Ooh. MJF is the fifth labor, and the stipulation has none, but that could be it.
Mm-hmm.
If this were WWE, I would definitely be shitting on this whole thing, but AEW has done less to earn my ire of being cynical. So
This is why for me this is a head scratcher. Why back out of such a money main event that everyone's wanting?
Part of me wants to think something else is going on behind the scenes. Not sure.
I hope it's not a creative control card, because goddamn, those WCW references are going to pop up even more.
I'm not sure. It may be because of Kenny's back that they just want to really scale back how many matches he does, because even though his back has been doing great lately, his back is still pretty.
He still has a bad back,
and he still has to defend the Impact title against whoever wins that Battle Royal next week.
And let's not forget, whenever Triple Mania is, he'll be defending the AAA Mega Championship against Andrade.
Yeah.
Maybe things are too close together to risk having a back throw out on the biggest match at All Out, maybe?
And if Punk or Daniel and Bryan Danielson are making their debuts at All Out, then maybe they don't want the world title competing with that. I mean,
that's one of the things that I heard from Sean Ross Sapp.
It's
like
possible.
they think that the one thing that could trump Hangman versus Omega would be Punk or Bryan Danielson showing up, and the pop would outnews the world title. In that case, it makes sense. But it's still a puzzler to me.
Yeah.
To me, in immediacy, in the immediate week of event happening, it doesn't make sense. I guess it's a case of once we get into like a couple weeks from now, the bigger picture will develop, and then now it makes sense. But for right now, it's a head scratcher.
The bigger picture makes sense of this. Let's really hope that.
Probably the only match that could main event All In via the Forbidden Door is Omega versus Ibushi.
That would be with like less than a month of build up.
On top of that, Ibushi's still suffering from pneumonia.
Yeah, he's nowhere near 100%. Plus, pneumonia in the age of COVID, you're not touching that shit with a 6-foot pole.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. At that point, like it's like Simone Biles. Like if you feel a little off, and then all of a sudden, like you recover from pneumonia. There goes your cardio. You fuck one thing up, but one or both, one or the other, or both get hurt.
Very true, very true. And pneumonia just by itself is nothing to fuck around with.
No.
Although another potential match for All Out, they could go champion versus champion. Omega versus Aldis.
That's a big match. I mean, 2018 is a big match. You would have to work hard to build that up in about a month, but could be doable.
Yeah.
Another segment which raised some questions is Britt Baker possibly getting a bodyguard for her and Rebel.
Yeah, she cut a promo saying, "I'm stuck. Some of us are getting sick of getting behind, so they're teasing a bodyguard." So the shrug emoji is there again.
Maybe just maybe they somehow got Jordan Grace signed to AEW.
Actually, going back to Hangman, JC, as I said earlier, I think Kenny's back scared him into setting Hangman up earlier than planned, and then they changed plans when Kenny's situations changed. So they're probably thinking, hey, you know what? We know you want it, but let's put it back in our back pocket. Let's build it up to full year. I think that might be it. Or Arthur Ashe Stadium, of course. I think they'll do Omega versus Cage at All Out, but I'm not as the main event. So Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega. Again, we don't know what the main event is yet. They have not established that. They've established a few things, but we're in that we've just went through that run of pay-per-view Clash of Champion-esque events. And we got Homecoming next week. So I think once we get through next Wednesday, then we'll have a clear picture of what the intention is. But right now, it's rough. It's rough.
Speaking of rough, Cash Wheeler's feeling a little rough after getting cut up during his match.
Is it just me? Is it just me, or did I think I might have seen a bone pop out?
I've seen a few people say that. I couldn't tell myself, but I'm hoping not.
That was a deep cut, that's for sure. Yeah, poor guy got during the tag match, but the much anticipated match between FTR versus Proud and Powerful. Something happened. Someone got cut, and everyone went, "Okay, go home now."
Which is the right decision to make.
Which is absolutely build the anticipation for the rematch whenever it happens.
The worst part was they're starting to build some really momentum at that point, but
they had a good match going, and that one fuck up. And it's not anyone's fault. I'm pretty sure this was literally an accident.
Yeah. So what happened was Cash he was on the apron.
Yeah.
Ended up slipping a little bit. His arm ended up catching that what it looked like was that metal rod that connects the turnbuckle to the pad.
Yeah, and sometimes there could be one little sharp edge or one little thing that's like from casting or whatever. You catch that edge every once in a while, and one good cut,
and you could tell the crowd was just focused on that. There was no reaction to anything else. They were just
concerned. Let's put it that way.
They're like, holy shit, what's going on? This is happening.
This is not good. And again, the three other gentlemen saw the situation. Go home. We'll do this. We'll do a rematch.
Yeah, the match was going great, as everyone said. But as soon as they gave that ending, I'm like, something went wrong.
Yeah.
And at first I thought Cash just like jammed his hand or
something. Either something broke it. You saw the blood. Like I said, it looked like they weren't. They was like back and forth. So they obviously displayed why the match ended, in a sense. I don't know. Like that. God says, I thought the crowd died after that elimination match. Yeah, 2 Unlimited, by the way. That's what the fuck happened. I marked out at that. I was like,
are you still waiting for this?
Well, they are on a Warner Media channel, so brand synergy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put over to LeBron James, even though his movie fucking sucks. That's right, I said it. Anyway.
I'm pretty sure everyone's been saying that, so you're not exactly alone in that sentiment.
I know, but sometimes it's just worth saying it just for the sake of saying it.
I also have to give a shout out to Dark Order's entrance, where they all came out dressed like cowboys.
That was beautiful. Both entrances were top fucking notch. That being said, Shin, you were going to say something.
I was going to say something as far as the tag match, but yeah, the elimination match, it really showcased the mentality that both teams were going into this.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Dark Order were going into Hangman and the Dark Order were going into this ready to fight, just to kick ass. The Elite, they were looking just to play around.
Yeah.
So they didn't take Hangman nor the Dark Order as a serious threat to them.
And Guts says, because the crowd was quiet during the tag match and the following 2 segments, especially with Team Taz. You know what? Yeah, I think the crowd expected Hangman to win, and when that did not happen, yeah, that might have taken that. It definitely took a couple of segments to get the crowd back into it, in fairness. So, fair point to Guts on that one. Back on the FTR Proud and Powerful match, though. I mean, yeah, that as soon as they saw it, okay, done. Like, let's get everybody healed up 100%, and on to the rematch, and we'll build it up in the process.
Let's just hope that he doesn't require surgery, because we do not need that guy out for too long.
No, we do not.
Nope. I mean, the crowd was starting to get back into the match because, well, it was that damn good. And then the thing happened with Cash, and it just kind of took them out already. So,
Yeah, just the crowd went absolutely dead. They did not react to a single move or action after that unfortunate accident.
yeah, not the fault of those guys.
No, this is no one's at fault. This was an accident, and everyone involved said, "Okay, stop. We'll redo. Stop, mulligan. We'll redo. Redo."
Well, someone who will not be getting a redo is Hikuleo after he was defeated by Lance Archer for the IWGP United States Championship.
No shame on that slobber knocker. By the way, by the way, for in case you're wondering, that Pop Haku, who, if he was even 10% healthier than he was, would have murdered half the goddamn locker room by now.
Yep.
I also love that Hikuleo came out to the old God theme, Guerrilla Tactics.
Did you mark out, or did you mark out to that?
Guerrilla Tactics is type of warfare. Guerrilla Tactics.
Yo, if you're not a New Japan, if you're not vibing to that tune, you're either cold blooded, not a New Japan fan, or not goddamn human. You are vibing to that tune. I missed that theme song. I really did.
Also, am I the only one who noticed the irony that Jake didn't come out with Lance for this match?
That is odd now that you mention it.
That is a little odd, yes.
Because he's after that interview he did, he's fucking scared of Haku for good reason.
I'm pretty sure everyone's scared of Haku.
Can you blame him?
So let me tell you right now. If I'm in a tank with a 45 caliber gun and I have Haku in my sights, he's mine, right? Wrong. Because the first thing I'm going to do is take that gun and blow my brains out, because the last thing in the world I want is that son of a bitch mad at me.
Ask the What Culture boys at Post Cultaholic what culture. But Simon Miller wouldn't want to fuck with Haku. He didn't fuck with him. He just tagged along, and he almost got fucked up by because the Mark remarks.
As a reminder, Andre the Giant was only scared of two men in professional wrestling: Harley Race and Haku.
Yup. JC, my gut saying Tana as in Tanahashi's taking the title off Archer, largely because of the Mox promo. Yeah, Mox, tell us how you really feel on that promo. Jesus.
Yeah, he really let him have it. And the match for the IWGP US title will be happening at the New Japan show in California.
Yeah, Resurgence. It's Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Lance Archer. And if you ask me, I don't think it's a one-match show, a one-match trip for Tana.
You think maybe he sticks around and goes a little elite?
Look, Mox laid it in heavy saying, dude, fuck you. I've been calling your ass out. And Tana was like hiding behind, a new belt. I want Archer. I say he beats Archer, which would technically make Archer a transitional champion. Whoops. But Tana, first thing that happens as soon as Tana wins, Moxley goes and beats the fuck out of him. I want my belt back, bitch. See you at All Out. No fucking around. No nothing. Tana versus Mox at All Out. I could legit see that.
That could be a match of the year contender right there.
And speaking of future matches, next week we are getting Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black.
Yeah.
With Cody with the promo of the year. You know, the world's... there's a lot... yeah, there's a lot going on in the world today. Bam!
Kaboom! Boot to the motherfucking face. By the way, let me just take care of one thing before I go back to the boot to the head there. Sub Chuckle Fox says, Hairballs, guess who got a first round one of Moderna this fat motherfucker? About time, brah. Congrats. Get your second dose so we can see you. But please don't make Archer a transitional champ. He says, Guts, we've been building Archer too well. Fair enough, but here's the thing. If a money match is there and New Japan wants to use Tanahashi or have Tanahashi move for Mindor, why not? Now back to the boot back to Cody Rhodes receiving a boot to the motherfucking head.
That's what I to one second. This is out of AEW's hands. If New Japan wants a different champion, it's their belt.
It's their belt. Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what Tony Khan says. If it's their belt, they choose who gets to put it around the old pantaloons.
Hey, if they just want to do Mox versus Tanahashi with no belt, all they have to do is ask New Japan and say, hey, can we use Tanahashi at All Out? Still in New Japan's hands, but it's still feasible. Belt or no belt, that's a match I'd like to see. Now
back to the boot to the head.
Yes, back to Cody Rhodes and his boot to the motherfucking head. Oh, that brawl reveal. There's a lot to unpack with that brawl. My God.
The crowd is not like Cody as much as he might think they do.
No, this was North Carolina.
Flair country.
Flair
Rhodes
country. And they couldn't have made it even. They couldn't make it as simple. They couldn't have made it more. Look, this was as simple as black and white. Cody was black. Or Cody was white. Black was Malachi Black was wearing black. They booed Cody hard when he got his shots in.
And like May said, this is like this old school NWA country.
Yep.
And Cody's been a white meat babyface for pretty much the entire run of AEW. So I get the feeling whatever seeds they sowed with teasing with the false hope narrative, the Homelander gimmick he had at Double or Nothing, they're onto something there.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're onto something.
One thing I do know is there's one thing that did make the crowd boo Malachi Black, and that's when he murdered Fuego del Sol. That was the one thing.
That was the one thing they could do to bring back the crowd. Is like, he's the fucking heel. Boo him. And that is the unfortunate murder of poor Fuego del Sol.
Yeah. That man has a family. He has
this
a daughter.
Man sold it like he just got shot twice in the head.
And you know, after Malachi is done with Cody, he's gonna have to deal with Fuego's dad,
Dustin Rhodes.
Uh-oh. There's another match you could want to see now.
Nobody messes with Dustin's son Fuego.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm just going back to that clip.
Like,
Dustin trying to no-sell it.
And that's maybe going down the chat. Yeah, Cody's going to film more episodes of Go Big Show, so he's probably going to lose. He should lose.
Then Cody comes back as a heel. Yeah, he's going through at least All Out, and after that, it's a couple of weeks off, 3-4 weeks off, about a month, something like that.
Yeah, let Cody will do the job for Malachi.
I think that's the intention. I think at this point, kind of have to.
And someone else who's definitely doing the job is Big Shotty Lee Johnson, as he's going to get a TNT title match against God's favorite champion, Miro, who only needs two things in life, God and his double-jointed wife.
Phrasing. That's all I'm going to say there. Also, Shotty Lee Johnson. I can't do it anymore. God damn, I used to be able to do that.
Apparently, somebody didn't tell. He didn't hear them when they were when the dudes were saying, "Hey, yo, Miro coming, Miro coming."
Shotty Lee and Lee Johnson went, "Wait, Miro coming? Ooh. You shouldn't have done that."
Cue the dancing pallbearers.
Oh God, yes. That's. I can't play it for copyright reasons, but goddamn, I know that meme. You have no idea how much of a button I want to make that.
And Lee Johnson will punish. And Miro will punish his body until his soul opens up to their Lord.
Yeah, pretty much.
Key and Peele reference there.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's a good one.
Lee Johnson is a nice man, but I must punish his body so his soul opens up to the Lord.
If y'all ain't laughing, something's wrong with you.
Lee Johnson, when you eat through plastic tube and your family gathers around to see the new Lee Johnson, then you will open up to the Lord.
Well,
Wait a minute. He knows this is just a wrestling match, right? Did you guys legitimately fight? Give me a crazy person to fight?
JC, Miro needs a more substantial feud. Archer is the only substantial challenger he's had in this run. I think they're building up to something. Right now, they're building up Miro as the unstoppable monster champion.
they're feeding him tomato cans. That way, when he eventually faces a legitimate challenger, it's going to be a big-time feud.
And by the way, this is tomato cans for sure, but they're not like pin 1, 2, 3, but they're actual murders, like monster buildup. And Miro, you could say Miro doesn't need that, but I'm like, dude, let's keep it up. Like this is like Goldberg, that old school WCW Goldberg. You show up, you see Miro on the card, you just say, oh, something's gonna get fucked up.
Somebody's getting fucked. Somebody's getting fucked.
Get fucked.
Thank you, Shin.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Synergy,
everybody. Synergies. We has it.
And in the main event, speaking of getting fucked, Jericho and Gage both got fucked in a death match on television, which was seen by over 1 million viewers.
Now, for those wondering, to our knowledge, no, this is a one-match deal, and I'm pretty sure even that the medical attention is paid up. So yeah, Nick Gage getting paid for that one death match, and hey, that's a bucket list. I'm pretty sure for him. Chris Jericho, hell yeah.
I want to ask you this: if somebody told you a few years ago that Nick Gage would lose back-to-back death matches to Chris Jericho and Zack Ryder, would you ever believe them?
I would have said that you were lost your goddamn mind. But then again, you said Jinder Mahal will be WWE champion, and hey ho.
Yep.
I am a man of prophecy.
But you would have laughed at that. Oh, dude, that's a meme right there. You would have been, no fucking way. And yet here we are.
Yep, and one of the best parts of this match, Justin Roberts did do Nick Gage's entrance justice. He couldn't say everything.
Hey, you couldn't look. Nick effing Gage is as close as Pete. Look, I've heard, I'll say it. I watched the main event of GCW Homecoming, which was the aforementioned Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, right?
Yes, Cardona.
Matt Cardona versus Nick Gage for the world title. I've heard the actual intro, and what Justin did, thumbs up. For a PG version of Nick Gage's intro, that was as good as you could do it.
The leader of the Murder Death Kill Gang and Eastern Blockade Club, the king of the deathmatch, Nick fucking Gage!
He is MDK all the way.
He is the man. He is the king. He is the god of this fucking shit.
He couldn't say that, but again, for a national television, as PG as you could make it.
Well, I'd say TV-14.
TV-14, but you get the idea.
Someone on Twitter had the nerve to say, "Oh, this match is slow and prime." Like, what did you expect?
They're following each other through plate glass window, sugar glass, of course, for obvious reasons, and light tubes. Light tubes. You bust your head through a light tube and a plate glass window. By the way, for a record, in high school, that actually happened by accident on my end, just going through a window, like it was like a break glass for emergency fire hose thing. It was by complete accident. I was horsing around with my buddies, with some friends, and I tripped, and boom, and some cuts. You're gonna want a couple of fucking minutes.
And Bugsy said somewhere Emil J just got really excited and doesn't know why. Yeah.
Fair enough. But the point is, for people saying this match is slow, selling. You
Also,
take a bump on glass and see how you fucking sell that shit.
Also, the match was surprisingly short because everything extreme that happens in the match happens at the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, they were they were slow, and then it went methodical. I get the feeling something happened where they had to speed it up a little bit. Someone took maybe a minute or so too much. Like, it didn't feel like someone took a minute or so, but
It didn't, because, like I said, it was a short match, very fast paced in my opinion. It didn't slow down. It wasn't slow at all, because it was just, first it was Nick Gage using the pizza cutters on Jericho's face. He hits a suplex, hits a Falcon Arrow, uses pizza cutter again. They go to commercial, to the infamous Domino's commercial now.
by the way, none of that shit was planned. Like, in case you're wondering, no. The pizza gutter spot was planned. The Domino's commercial was obviously not.
Jay Biggs of Wrestling with Regret actually has a funny story regarding something that had. He was working on a wrestling show once, and they went to a commercial, and the first commercial was a woman asking the community to help find her missing child, and the ad that played after that, I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
You don't plan that shit. For a lot of people who work in television, you just, especially nowadays, you slot things into things, and you hit play, and then you go and you check every once in a while that the things don't fucking crash, which usually doesn't, which they usually don't. But every once in a while, you get, Sword Art Online Alicization and that infamous Toonami glitch. But that's a rarity.
Devin Great has a thing there. Let's see. He says, somewhere new, Jack looked down from heaven, was proud of Nick Gage and Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
No, Devin, you're wrong. New Jack is in hell by choice.
It's too cold in heaven.
Besides, you really think St. Peter was going to allow New Jack into heaven?
Oh, no, hey. He probably said, oh, no, you skimp by. He's like, wait, you want to go to hell? Oh, you okay, hold on. You got the work placement program. You're not going to be damned to hell, but yeah, if you want help with the damnation, the cart full of toys is right over there. Your first victim,
dealing out the punishments.
Your first victim is Adolf Hitler. He's doing. Yeah, you're gonna have fun with this fucker.
But yeah, Domino's is overlooking a prime advertisement investment with Nick Gage as its spokesperson.
It won't be the first time that Nick Gage did sponsorship work. The guy was in a commercial for a local New Jersey chicken chain.
He did. It's on YouTube. They are not fucking kidding.
Now, think about it like this. Think about it. Commercial starts.
Yeah.
Guy orders Domino's pizza. Delivery boy's like, Domino's pizza, right there and hot for you. Like, thanks, man. Doesn't tip him. He's like, I'm not going to tip that guy. Then the doorbell rings. I can't believe this guy's not. He just wants a tip, and he opens the door. Nick Gage with a pizza cutter. He's like, "You forgot to tip, motherfucker!"
Nah.
And just unloads on him. Like,
and Noob & Co. brought it up. ATW Matty Shin looks like AEW's in hot water up on Wednesday. We're talking about it, and they're not in hot water. This is Domino's saying we might look into it. This was just bad timing, and everyone is in agreement that it was bad timing.
I like to read this excerpt from Jon Moxley during his appearance on the Cincy 360 podcast. Ooh. Thanks to Fightful for the transcript. He says, Domino's needs to chill out. They need to chill. It was a coincidence. Jump on the bandwagon. You don't think Nick Gage can sell some pizzas for you? You don't think the Noid is played out at this point? You're bringing back the Noid?
Yo. The Noid versus Nick Gage. Book that shit.
Yeah, they say avoid the Noid. In this case, the Noid needs to avoid Nick Gage.
Yeah, Nick Gage versus the Noid. The Noid will not touch your pizza ever again.
I also like to read this tweet from Nick Gage. I try to cut Jericho's scab off my bad, TMZ. It is what it is. But yeah, thanks, AEW. Thanks, all MDK gang members. We showed them what's up. Also, sorry, Dominoes. Didn't mean to offend you guys. Guess I'm too ultra-violent for TV. Oh, well. All my new fans, come see me at GCW. It's MDK all effing day.
See, folks? Negative to positive. And Domino's, this is a footnote. This is nothing.
Do you know who's taking advantage of this? PBR. They've just been nonstop all day on the TNT Twitter. On
You
the
know
Tony
why?
Khan's
You
Twitter.
want to know why? And I'm pretty sure that's on your list, but someone was taking a picture with a championship they just won, and it went viral, of course. We'll
Are you
get
talking about one Matt Cardona?
Are we there yet? Are we at that now?
I mean, that is, the next thing on my list is Matt Cardona winning the GCW World
Before
title.
we do, we got to bring up what the third labor is.
Of course, the third labor, Chris Jericho has hit a top rope move to his old nemesis.
Juventud Guerrera! Hoovy the Juice. Finally, the Juice is back on national TV.
Finally, the Juice One has come back to the Juice Dome. And now the juice is in the house, and the house is in the juice.
They have to have him cut a promo like that. Or at the very least acknowledge that he is Hoovy the Juice.
We need this. The world is bad enough as it is. We need the juice back on national TV.
Even for one glorious night. Even for one night.
And they are promoting the masked version of Juventud Guerrera, as for the past several years he's gone back to wearing it.
Mm-hmm. And Guts, am I too young to know who Hoovy is? Both you and MJF, obviously, but obviously MJF did the Googling. And
I was technically too young as well, but in my
here.
teenage years in the mid-2000s, thanks to WWE's on-demand service, I was able to pretty much relive their entire rivalry on Monday Nitro, and it was quite the good one. It lasted several months through several pay-per-views. One of my favorite moments of their rivalry is at Slamboree 98, where there's a battle royal. The winner gets an immediate title shot against Chris Jericho. The last two people in the match is Ciclope and Juventud Guerrera. They match up. They're about to lock horns. They stare at each other. They shake hands. Juventud goes over the top rope. Everyone's perplexed. What's going on? What is happening here?
The mask is removed. Dean Malenko, roof flies off.
Yeah, Dean Malenko, for everyone who's ever called him a vanilla midget who can never draw a dime, he got one of the loudest reactions the whole night. Everyone's losing their minds. And this is all because Juventud lost his mask to Jericho in a Title vs. Mask match, and now Hoovy wants revenge any way possible. And he's like, at this point, Dean Malenko was on suspension for constantly attacking Jericho outside of matches. So this is his way getting back into the Cruiserweight title picture. So then immediately they go into the match. Jericho looks like he's seen a ghost. The match lasts about 67 minutes. Malenko wins. Whole place loses their mind.
This was one of the loudest pops of all time, at least in WCW.
Fortunately, I'm actually old enough to remember Hoovy. He was one of my top favorite luchadors from WCW.
The first time I came across him was in one of the old video games, WCW NWO Revenge.
Yeah,
Same here, actually. Yeah.
One of my mains in that game.
All right, so Hoovy the Juice versus Chris Jericho, top rope maneuver to win. And then we have one more, and then the fifth one is Jericho. No, is MJF himself.
Yep, so someone actually on my Facebook group, Rob, the ultimate labor for Jericho for number 5. He has to somehow successfully powerbomb Billy Kidman.
No, actually, no, wait. So I thought the fifth labor of Jericho was MJF.
Maybe it is, maybe it is not. I don't know, but
there's confusion. There is confusion, obviously.
All I know is MJF wants to make it impossible. Just have Jericho try to powerbomb Billy Kidman. He'll never do it.
Because, yeah.
If those don't know, Billy Kidman was almost never powerbombed in WCW. Every time someone would do it, he'll turn it into a Frankensteiner or a facebuster. And it got to the point where, in the video game that we mentioned, Revenge, that's his finisher. Really finisher is in reversing a powerbomb into a facebuster. Even the developers knew of that meme back in '98.
You know. I already mentioned who I want his next labor to be on Rift Down.
Ice Train?
Almost. Ice Train.
No.
Right.
Freight train, choo choo. The stipulation: you must have a good match with him.
No. Better yet. My second choice. You must successfully outdance Das Wunderkind Alex Wright.
Oh no.
Oh, to be fair, Chris Jericho did do pretty well in Dancing with the Stars many years back.
He's gonna need it when he goes.
He's
up
gonna
against
need
Das
every
Wunderkind.
ounce of that to pull that off. Hairball in the chat. I just saw this on Facebook. Creative. Sir, AEW just produced one hell of a bloodbath on Dynamite between Jericho and Nick Gage. Vince, Nick Gage? Who let Nick Gage wrestle on the program? Creative. Wait a minute. You actually know who Nick Gage is, Vince? Of course I do, pal. I love them in Con Air, damn it. Thank you for sharing with the class there, Hairball.
But my choice for the next labor, he's like, congratulations, Chris, on beating some skinny, washed-up Mexican wrestler. But I got someone who is older than you, more experienced than you, and dare I say, you may be the Ayatollah of rock and roller, but he is the king of pro wrestling. Your fourth labor is Minoru Suzuki.
Let's say Devin the Great says Black Tiger. Well, Azucar is in the area.
Rocky Romero? Why not? Hey, why not?
And Chris Jericho is forced to be Super Liger for one night only.
Oh my God. If only we had Liger for another year or so to get that match. One more match, Jericho versus Liger. Ugh.
All right, time to get on to...
Noob says Jeff Cobb is the fourth labor. That's another good one. That's another good possibility right there.
It wouldn't be the first time they used Jeff Cobb.
Very true. And Forbidden Door situation, he's a New Japan guy.
Yep.
And speaking of Forbidden, all the doors being opened, and Game Changer Wrestling Homecoming Night 1.
Yeah,
Matt
speaking
Cardona,
of Bloodbath.
Yeah, this was even more so than...
Oh, folks, if you saw the no rules match on Wednesday, thought that was bloody. You have no idea.
Matt Cardona walked into the match with a pure white tank top. By the end, it was completely drained up.
Yeah, he had all white gear. By the end of the night, not a drop of it, or barely a patch of it was white.
All red from all the blood from him and Nick Gage bleeding the whole match.
By the way, the picture of him, his picture of his post-match bloodied stuff, holding a Pabst Blue Ribbon, that's why Pabst is jumping on that shit in half a minute.
Also, they know a good PR opportunity when they see one.
Dominoes.
Matt Cardona looked like he just came from auditioning for the latest Hellraiser movie.
Yep.
He looks like he wanted to gender bend a Carrie cosplay.
That as well. Either that or he just barely survived Camp Crystal Lake.
Ooh, he probably had a knockdown drag out with Jason Voorhees.
Oh, I got a better one. Matt Cardona looks like he just roommated with Johnny Depp.
Oh, I get it. Oh, nice.
That took me damn.
That's a nice one. That's one.
A golf clap on that one. Damn.
Nice. That's actually one of my favorite death scenes in a horror film. Just because it just kind of comes out of nowhere and it's so fucking gruesome. I love it. All right, so speaking of match, this match was mainly talked about for the ending where, all right, so Ricky Shane Page is in the ring.
Yeah.
Him and Nick Gage clear out the ring from everyone interfering. And then out of nowhere, Dick Kick City, bitch.
Kabam! Ringing the ding ding.
Then RSP leaves the ring. Crowd is losing their minds, booing. Cardona takes a log cabin light tube, smashes it over Nick Gage's face, hits the radio silence. 1, 2, 3, and as soon as that third hand went down, beer bottles started getting thrown into the ring.
Beer bottles, Coke bottles, a whole lot of garbage. And I thought, when's the last time you saw that amount of heat that it's almost a riot? Turns out GCW's used to that shit. Like, every time a heel wins in that particular building, garbage. So, not the first, but still does not diminish the visual of Zack Ryder as an absolute balls-out heel.
Also, I love the ring announcer. Here is your winner and the new Game Changer Wrestling World Champion, Matt Cardona.
Sold it because I'm pretty sure he had to say it like that. Part was like he had to be like that because he must have felt like garbage. Also, he announces it like anyone else, like he would like another situation he would have been beat the crap out of.
I just love the song of it. Like, I guess he's champion. Fuck's sakes.
Well, at least he'll get a wide berth from John Cena if they should ever meet again.
True. It's true.
And hell, Cena might have actually apologized to him considering what he went through. Like Matt, about that whole you going over the stage in a wheelchair and me kissing your then love interest. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Just don't fuck me up with a light tube, please.
Ring announcer just sounds like he just saw the Leafs lose to another goddamn Game 7.
To us, a pony driver!
And a pizza cutter.
And the pizza cutter. That was used as well.
That's basically Nick Gage's signature weapon.
No, somebody threw a pizza cutter at Matt Cardona.
Oh,
yeah.
That's excessive.
A little bit. That's a hardcore crowd right there, bud.
Yeah, that's a bit excessive. That I'm not too big a fan of. Beer bottles and soda cans, yeah, that's fine. But, when you
normally,
start objects,
this would be the part where I say, don't throw shit at the ring, stupid idiots. But I'm like, do I want to say that when I'm like, when one of my bucket list as a wrestling fan things is to go to a GCW event?
It's okay. They won't recognize you, probably.
I mean, one of them might listen to the tune and go, hey, he's that fucker who said don't throw shit in the ring. Let's get him.
Let's throw him in the ring.
Get the bricks.
Get the bricks. Raw.
Knowing GCW crowd, they might actually have bricks.
So you're saying the GCW crowd is filled with nothing but Douglas Williamses?
So what you're saying is
Minoru Suzuki's, but yeah.
So what you're saying, Shin, is the GCW audience is the finest thing in life.
If they got bricks, then yes.
All right, so one thing I want to bring up here is apparently Mike Bennett has been dealing with some WWE stans, is what the only thing I can call them, Kool-Aid drinkers.
Oh.
Anytime him or Maria dare criticize WWE or Vince McMahon, the sheep just descend upon them.
Marks, T-Dub. Call them what they are. Fucking marks.
And I just don't know, how anyone can think any criticism is just like, nope, you're clearly jealous. Nope, you're jealous of Vince. That's clearly what it is.
No, Raw is still the superior product, despite the fact that the NXT champion lost his debut match in 2 fucking minutes to Jeff fucking Hardy.
And apparently he was supposed to lose again, but Jeff got COVID.
What?
Yep. And so their solution was to just have him go over on Keith Lee.
How do you support this fucking company? To be that fucking blind to bullshit like that.
All right. We're getting a lot of complaints online for how we did Karrion Kross and Keith Lee. How do we fix it?
sir, we could just have them wrestle again on next Monday and then have them win.
Perfect advice. That's a perfect advice. We're gonna have them wrestle in the same match together.
Like a tag team match?
No, against each other. Karrion Kross versus Keith Lee.
But they both need to win.
So I don't care.
New guy who is obviously close enough to a Vince McMahon guy. You fucking wreck him, neuter him, take everything that makes him good.
It is frustrating.
And then you fucking wonder why we don't watch this shit anymore.
Also, when it comes to WWE fans also running up, so I made a video cataloging all of the WWE fan responses to the possibility that Bryan Danielson is going to AEW. And there's so many that just follow the same line of, you betrayed us. How dare you betray WWE? They made you world champion. They made you famous. You betrayed them. You betrayed us. Over and over again.
Let the marks cry. Let them. Let them fucking cry.
At this point,
let them fucking cry and watch Dan Bryan, Raze and Punk and everyone in that fucking company make WWE fucking sweat. Because at this fucking point, if they're openly burying their natural fucking resource because the well was poisoned because you tried to fuck up AEW with it, folks. I don't know if T-Dub, I don't know, did the Vince McMahon comments from that second quarter call make it on the list?
It did not, because it just felt really sad.
This man is letting Nick Khan, no relation to Tony Khan, I believe I got that joke right.
You did.
He's letting him talk, and every time he talks, he's fucking rambling.
That's because
that's what it is. It's an old man rambling.
That's because he is literally a senior citizen. He is in his mid to late 70s. He is clearly losing cognition.
He's going senile.
And it's kind of sad to see, really.
How much salt do you have to bury people who are talented enough to help carry you into as the number one wrestling company for decades? How do you fuck that talent? Like, I get it. It takes a little bit to get people to get used to the characters, and not everyone watches NXT. Fine. But your job is to take the raw talent and make it look like the badass superstar that they are. You've had opportunity after opportunity after fucking opportunity. You had CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, and you folks saying Daniel Bryan betrayed. He got betrayed by the wellness policy, for the one thing, because he find his own body. And when he got his body back, yeah, sure, he got a good run with the WWE title as a heel. Came back, lost to Roman Reigns because he's the golden boy, and decided, you know what, I think I am done. He did not betray you. He all but bled for you, and when it came time to leave, and leave peacefully, he did so, and decided, allegedly, because it's not confirmed yet, he decided, hey, I'm gonna apply my craft somewhere else for a little while. Let someone else have a chance at the top spot that I've earned. And he was not given that. He fucking earned it. And with Punk, he got fucked over.
Oh, yeah.
And it could have been the same with Bryan Danielson. So you fucking marks out there saying he betrayed, no, fuck you. You don't get to do that. He got betrayed by the same Fed over and over and over again, and the fact that he got a solid run and did not want to get greedy, that's not betrayal. That's intelligence. Something most of you marks out there are lacking right now.
Also,
which can only explain why the Raw is still over 1 million on cable right now.
When it comes to CM Punk getting screwed over, yeah, especially during the summer of Punk, when he was red hot, and what do they do with him? They have him lose. First to Alberto Del Rio, then to Triple H.
And Kevin Nash gets involved.
And they never sell a Kevin Nash versus CM Punk feud. The resolution is CM Punk versus Kevin Nash is Kevin Nash versus Triple H in a sledgehammer on a pole match.
And when they did give him his title back, he was not treated like the champion he should have been.
Now, he only main evented a few pay-per-views as babyface, and he would have to wait until he turned heel and to finally main event matches with people like John Cena.
And he like he said, he had to work his ass off to be the champion that he was, and yet the main event of WrestleMania for 2 years in a row was Cena versus The Rock. And then he had to job out to The Rock to make their second match, quote unquote, better.
Bryan got lucky.
Yeah.
And he recognized, and many times he got lucky. He saw his run. He saw the ability to do great matches, good business, and he did as much as he could in the Thunderdome era to end his run with WWE. He has earned the right to choose where he works. And if WWE doesn't want to let him work what he wants to do, he will find somewhere, or he will either go to that place directly, or he will find a spot where he will be allowed to do so. Daniel Bryan does not owe you a fucking thing.
My take on it is...
And I'm amazed that I did not trip up on that freaking rant at all. Sorry, I didn't mean to... So I just realized, shit, that was a rant. Go ahead, Shin.
It was an epic rant. But yeah, I realized this. Daniel Bryan got tired of being a sports entertainer. He wants to be a wrestler again. And he wants
to work less, wants to be with a family, as one would do when you're a dad. But he still sees his body as a useful tool to earn a living. And yeah, sure, there's guaranteed money, but then again, he's got that with the Bella twins. As soon as they're able to do the reality show thing again, that's guaranteed money. And believe me, they're in the Hall of Fame. They're going to do something with that fucking footage. Go ahead.
And once Punk and DB are done, they can just transition backstage.
You could see Bryan in a Arn Anderson, Dean Malenko role here.
Yeah,
you could. With Punk, it's up to him. He can do whatever he wants. But with Bryan, he don't owe you jack shit. He's Daniel Bryan. If Bryan Danielson wants to fucking wrestle, if he's not allowed to wrestle in WWE, or he's not going to be able to wrestle the matches he wants, he's gonna find a spot where he will be allowed to do so. Or at the very least, with a roster of people who want to do business.
A roster full of wrestlers, not sports entertainers.
Let's see here. Next up, Joe versus Cross is now official. So Cross will be gone to Night Night Land very soon to a television near you.
Folks,
yeah.
If it weren't for that squash, you know what? Fuck, I'm gonna call it. It's not a squash, but whatever. If it weren't for that job last week, I'd be like, ooh, here we go. Now I'm just like, I'm anticipating this match. But now, I know I'm anticipating for the one good reason. Why? Because at this point, it's Samoa Joe being the fuck out of Karrion Kross. Oh, it will be back and forth. They will be. But at this point, we're all anticipating the choke of the century. Or at least a decade.
Yep.
And someone put forth an interesting hypothesis that Samoa Joe could be a transitional NXT champion for Walter.
Ooh. Hey, you know what? On paper, Cross versus Joe is a dream match. WWE poisoned the well, but at this point, take that out of your mind. It's still Killer Cross versus Samoa Joe, which, in fairness, is a match I want to see. Now you're transitioning from that to Joe versus Walter? Yes, please.
And hello, Devil Pogo Stick. Welcome back.
Oh, glad you could make it, my friend.
Twitch on mobile. Yeah, Twitch on mobile is great if you just want to watch it, but if the chat thing can be a little confusing. So I don't mind you. I don't blame you. Yeah, it's an idea. It is a rumor. It is speculation, but it's still Yeah, shut up and take my money. Yeah. Hairball is like, wait, what? It's like, shut up and take my money.
That's where one of the people on my Facebook group saw where this is going, because Walter could lose his NXT UK title to Ilya Dragunov.
Which they have that scheduled for TakeOver 36, by the way. That was rescheduled, which, again, smart fucking move. Go ahead.
And then, Joe takes the NXT title off of Karrion Kross, and then we get Joe versus Walter at the next NXT TakeOver.
And Walter's going to be pissed, but he says, hey, I had one thing. Now I got a higher mountain to climb. I want the top belt in NXT. And somehow Joe just happens to hold it.
Ain't no mountain high enough.
It would have been better if it wasn't for that burial they did of him. I would have preferred Walter versus Cross.
But I think the fact that he got called up, I think it's a case of take the belt off him as quickly as possible and then do the thing. It's not ideal, but hey, you know what? We're getting Cross versus Joe and then Joe versus Walter. That's a fucking trade-off, in fairness. Like, on paper, you're looking at the trade here going, you sure you're not fleecing yourself doing that? Seriously? All right, cool. We'll take it.
So what's the over-under on Cross joining up to chase the 24/7 title?
6 months.
No, not
6 months. Dude, after losing that match with Jeff Hardy, 6 fucking months.
I give him a year. He's got at least a year in him.
6 months. He don't make it to Mania before he's on the job squad.
Oh, that hurts.
The way dude, it hurts. But you know what? I'm done being subtle here. I got to be blunt, Matty here. The way they're treating him in the last couple of weeks, that last week, and the way if it weren't for Jeff Hardy catching COVID, that he would have lost again.
Yeah, apparently here was the idea. He keeps losing Jeff Hardy until Scarlett shows up to make him a winner again.
Then why split up from him in the first place?
Because this is WWE where they tell stories, apparently. The back ass words thinking of this fucking comedy, my God.
This company is basically the guy who wrote Metal Gear Solid Fight of Metal Gears. This is all it is now.
You know what? At this point, it may as well be that. But you know what? You know how you could tell a story to build up a guy building up? You have this wonderful department that's been saving your asses for years. And it's called the editing department, dumbass! Seriously! Couple of vignettes. Show him on NXT being dominant. Like the stuff he was doing on NXT with William Regal, for God's sakes. Don't fuck up his job thing. Don't fuck up his debut. And you look at what he's done. Have him fuck up Jeff Hardy in 5 minutes. Make it look competitive, of course. But Karrion Kross gets control, then doesn't let go. He wins. And next night, he fucks up William Regal. This guy becomes a top fucking heel in 2 freaking nights. But no, you have him lose to no more words.
And Newbring says he would like to see Cross versus John Morrison like they did on Impact. Yeah, they had good matches there.
That would be fun, but they're both heels. That's not happening.
And besides,
that's not a bad idea, though. No knocking out. No knock on that. Go ahead, Shin.
Besides, the sex isn't the same as he was in TNA. No.
It's the FAP now, not the sex.
Okay, the FAP, because that Johnny drip stuff is not going to get him laid.
No. The Johnny, this is Johnny Nitro trying to be cool, with the Johnny drip trying to be the meme thing. It's like, buddy, you ain't cool. You're fucking Chile, and Chile ain't never been cool.
Although somehow, with some audiences, it seems to be over. It seems to be getting Johnny drip chance.
You know what's not going over though? Nikki ASH.
I feel so sad for her because
I told you. I
don't
want to say I was right, but
yeah, you there's a part of me that Shin. There's a part of me that believes you didn't want to be right for a while.
Of course I didn't. But
because the effort put into this and it was not working, and like now it's getting heat. Well, I wonder. fucking why?
Could it be because she acts celebratory after losing? She's like, yay, I almost won. That means I'm almost good enough to be champion. Fuck out of here.
That is a champion should be a lot of things. That is not how a champion should be.
That women's division is fucked.
And I have a theory about this. I think that Nikki shot a bunch of ideas for new gimmick changes to Vince. And this Nikki Ash thing was like her 10th or 11th one. And Vince only signed off on it because it was ridiculous. That's it.
And she went, well, she went, well, I accepted that. He accepted that. So, all right, cool. All right, let's go for it. And she went full bore with it. And to her credit, up until this week, it was working. But Vince McMahon likes to fuck things up because people expect good things, and you can't expect good things. You can only expect bad. Fuck.
And they're doing a rematch of the same match next week.
You know, I made a TikTok of it, and it was one of those, well, I'm going to watch NXT, and it's the main event. It's Charlotte versus Nikki ASH, and I have a beverage, Smirnoff Ice. So I saw, yeah, I'm watching NXT tonight, and here's the run-up. It's the main event of Raw. Pop open the can.
Oh, look, another rematch on WWE television. What are the odds?
Someone on Twitter actually put up a percentage of each company, how many of them do rematches. WWE beats all companies by a country mile, with the only one being close being Impact, and they actually have the excuse of having a small roster.
Yeah, their roster is relatively tiny compared to AEW or WWE.
WWE has the biggest roster of any company ever. They have an entire performance center, people just waiting in the wings to do anything right now. And yet, all we see on Raw especially is rematch, 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 rematch. There's no MST3 Kid joke in there about this somewhere.
And their champions are losing constantly on television.
And they expect you to tune back in. Oh, they're getting a ratings bump because they got the crowds back. But it's only a matter of time where they're going to be back down to those Thunderdome records. And not the good ones.
If AEW doesn't botch Adam Page becoming the man that beats Hangman, that beats Kenny Omega for the world title, if they're able to not botch that, then and able to keep this momentum going, then as I've said earlier this year, within the next 5 years, AEW Dynamite will be pulling in higher ratings than Monday Night Raw.
Hell, it's already happening in key demographics. It's only a matter of time. Even if they screw up Adam Page, they got Punk and Bryan and Danielson. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time this will happen.
And I hope that something happens that gets a fire under WWE's ass, because we don't want them to suck. We want both companies to be amazing.
The only way, T-Dub, I hate to say it, but at this moment, the only way WWE will get better is the minute Vince McMahon dies. Not retires, not gets forcefully removed, because there's no way he's going to be forcefully removed. Let's be honest. He will have to die at the wheel for a significant change to get WWE on the good path. Because at this point, the way they're booking their shit right now, you could have the most talented roster on this island Earth, and it will not matter. Vince will be there to cock block the whole goddamn company again and again, and that's why we don't watch this shit anymore.
Indeed. Go ahead, Shin.
And I think you know what part of the problem is? Them damn marks. Those same marks for that champion everything the WWE do, because they accept everything that the WWE does. They don't ask for better. They just take whatever is presented to them. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad, because WWE was in charge in the Attitude Era. And
before people call me a hypocrite, and I know none of you people in the chat are going to, and I appreciate you, but here's the thing. For a while, I was a WWE apologist. I tried to make sense of this shit for the longest time. Part of it was obviously, the former guest host of ours a long time ago. But the other part was like, okay, bigger picture in mind. But it became the law of diminishing returns.
Yep. And the WWE knows this. They know that their hardcore fans, the stands, the marks in their crowd will just accept whatever they do, so they don't have to try.
But the crazy part is, I used to be one of those marks. I was a WWE apologist. I was there. But here's the thing. I got sick of it. I saw something else for a while, and I'm like, hey, great, I could watch something else and then get back to the horse shit. And then the horse shit got too deep.
Yeah.
And then there's this new company. Yeah, they trip up occasionally, and there's some big trip ups where there's blood, and you got to heal it up and make sure there's no infection. But the intention is, hey, let's treat our fans like, paying customers.
Yeah. But instead, they're feeding them shit sandwiches, and these marks are eating the shit sandwiches and calling it delicious. All we want is something palatable. But that appears to be too much for the marks and for the company to do. That's all we want, just something palatable. Nothing grand. We don't want some sandwich made with truffles or made with ham that costs like thousands of dollars.
The best way to describe it? The best way to describe it? Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Because as a kid, you went to the restaurant, it was high-class shit. Like, obviously, it's a franchise, but you get the idea. You sat down, you got your salad bar, your ice cream bar. I miss those ice cream bar. That ice cream bar, by the way. And then you got a pizza that came into a cast iron pan, and you were happy in your head place. Nowadays, the taste is there, but it's, is it even worth it? It's just you pick up the box, you put it down, and there's barely a pepperoni on the goddamn thing on your $50 pepperoni pizza. It's not $50, but it may as well be in certain cases.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the problem is for a lot of these people, WWE is the only wrestling that they know. And because it's the only wrestling they know, and they are just very tribal in their mindset that, all right, because this is the biggest wrestling company in the world, it has to be the best. It's the same aspect as some people who...
But you know what, T-Dub? On paper, it should be. On paper, they have... a dearth of talent. They have the amount of talent on across all brands in WWE, the NXT UK, NXT, everybody, including 205 Live and their 2 roster members, including their cruiserweight champion, who, by the way, is one of the best junior heavyweights this generation. They should be number one. Like, they should look and feel like number one. But it's a clown car. Because a head guy at the wheel doesn't know talent if he sneezed on him unless he has abs.
Got a comment here from Noob and Co. The whole Nikki Ash character is becoming more and more a failure, and she thought that Asuka inspired Nikki Cross, but Jesus Christ, where's Asuka? She's either taking off time
or... All right, Noob, you could stop reading because he typed that in multiple times.
Oh, okay.
So we read that, like we were in the middle of a conversation. Next time, do not do that because we are liable to kick you. So be careful with that, okay?
Yeah, I just saw the highlighted comment.
Yeah,
once.
Me too. But
I want to bring it up. I want to bring it up. Like we were in the middle of a hot conversation there.
All right, as you were, Shin. Apologies.
Yeah. What was I saying? God, it just. They should be hitting this out of the park, but the problem is Vince McMahon, his likes and dislikes change with the seasons.
Over management. And it worked back then, but there's a whole roster and crew who bust their ass and put something together in a case that should be presentable, and the script gets ripped up, and everyone's confused, and all we have is this regurgitated garbage wrestling on Monday. And it's not the fault of the wrestlers who even if it's Eva Marie, but she's playing her role right now. Vince McMahon is the problem.
And even if he leaves, that doesn't necessarily mean it will get better because we have to deal with Nick Khan, no relation to Tony Khan, at the wheel.
But even then, If that happens, there's a Triple H. There's a Stephanie. There are people in there that, at least with Nick Khan, he'll handle the money. Everyone else will just handle the wrestling.
I've been hearing stories that he's trying to dip his hand into the wrestling aspect of it.
Triple H better tell him to fuck off, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see what the year is holding in front of us, because I feel like once Vince McMahon either is somehow, some way out of the company or dies.
That's the only way that's going to happen. And Hairball, I'm fine. It's just I'm hearing it's like whatever. Because when I hear that the NXT champion was supposed to lose again to Jeff Hardy, I'm like, what the fuck is people like this shit?
It is quite.
People
baffling.
are defending this shit.
Yeah, it is a little baffling.
Like, seriously, the problem, the idea of NXT was to build the stars of tomorrow, not fucking bury them.
And I keep hearing the same tired excuse. Oh, it's just long-term storytelling. I'm like,
bullshit.
Do you even know what long-term storytelling looks like?
When Bully Ray could come up with several solutions to the same problem, and you're not even trying? There are people... When Vince Russo is calling bullshit on your booking. Vince fucking Russo. And James E. Cornette. You have fucked up. I'm sorry. I could be an apologist. I could be a big picture guy, but I am sorry.
So wait. We actually got James Cornette and Vince Russo on the same page?
For a minute, but yes.
Oh, fuck.
Let me go check the... Yeah, I'm looking at the Bible, and yeah, it says right here, that is one of the 7 signs of the apocalypse.
By the way, in case you're wondering, yeah, we're supposed to be in the summer, and it was 18 degrees Celsius. You do the math here. Our seasonal high is around 25, 26. So it's not winter, but it's fucking close.
Send some of that down here.
And Posey pointed out, Hangman Page, that long-term booking.
Yeah. Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Don Callis. There's a sense of long-term booking behind that. Also, and there's nothing, all it is at this point, it's product with WWE. It's all it is. It doesn't matter who you put in there. You just add the semblance of good wrestling because you have good wrestlers. But all it is, it's product. It's something to sell to the TV people. The minute the TV people will say, well, we're going to reduce it, WWE and Vince McMahon will find another spot to make a shitload of money. Or they'll find another Saudi Arabian prince.
Yep.
And that's what sucks about this. All they have to do, literally, Roman Reigns is probably Roman Reigns and
Lashley, fine.
You know, the thing they're doing with LA Knight and Cameron Grimes, best part of NXT outside of some of the kick ass.
I would go even farther than that, Matty. Cameron Grimes, LA Knight, best story in all of WWE. Period.
I would. You know what? If it weren't for Roman Reigns and Cena trying to build the big main event thing for SummerSlam, absolutely.
By the way, Cena's promo tonight, thanks to Twitter, I know is now quoted as saying, if you have a man that makes missionary position good every night for 15 years, you know that's a keeper.
There you go.
So yeah, it's Roman Reigns versus John Cena, missionary sex versus doggy style.
And you damn right we're running with that also phrasing. But
yes,
all you have to do is keep things simple. Build up feuds if you have to. Throw in the corny stuff. There is room for the 24/7 title shenanigans. R-Truth is a funny motherfucker. He'll find a way to give you some chuckles once or twice a week.
I've heard that Reginald is doing rather decent.
Reginald, I've seen some of the Reginald stuff. He's good. He's good. He's awesome in that role. But just let the wealth of talent do their job. Literally, all you have to do is stamp okay on it. Maybe a small tweak here and there, but at that point, just let it ride. They showed up at Money in the Bank. They showed you, literally, We will make you work. We will work for you. We are here because we want you and the fan to be happy at the same time. But the audience of one says, I want that fucker to lose to Jeff Hardy.
And it goes even further than that. It's the inconsistent booking, the fact that they have so many stories brought up, then dropped, then brought up, then dropped. We have people beating champions and then not getting championship matches.
It's not to say that AEW is guilty of this. They've dropped storylines, but like the Nightmare Collective, anybody. But here's the thing. They, more often than not, get through the storyline. Even if it's a garbage one, they get through it and then they get to the next one. They at least give you a catharsis, a climax to that story.
Yep.
WWE, it's as if, okay, it's not working. That's because half of the people don't know what the fuck Twitter is. So at this point here, I've had this rant so many times, and yes, Hairball was wondering if I'm okay. He's like, yes, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. I am just sick of people defending this bullshit when all you have to do is tell them, hell, there are people in the crowds chanting AEW. That's not what you want. Now, JC, you know WWE's fucked up when you've gone an hour and a half and the news isn't over. I think we're close to it, but it just...
I want to bring up one last thing for the news.
Yeah, by the way, if you still have a list of news, keep going. I think we got a good show going. We got momentum. That's just like, I had to get into that rant because when I hear people defending Karrion Kross losing on his NXT day, on his WWE main roster debut, fuck you.
They'll actually only have the one thing, and that's the fact that, well, I guess now technically two things, because I just remember something. I remember that Brock Lesnar guy is now going, you know what, I want to go to SummerSlam, but I don't want to miss AEW, the First Dance Rampage. So he's missing SummerSlam to go to Chicago.
Awesome.
They lost Brock Lesnar guy. I just found that to be humorous.
Oh, wait, yeah, Rampage is at the United Center.
Yeah, in Chicago, and SummerSlam's in Las Vegas. I believe it is in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, it's in Vegas, and it would be on a Saturday. So yeah, Hairball was like, yeah, we were as confused. But here's the thing: SummerSlam weekend is literally SummerSlam Saturday and then TakeOver 36 Sunday. It's reversed. I guess it's they had the place available for one day, but not the other. It's confusing, believe me.
Anyways, the one last bit of news I have is the fact that the latest member of the Wrestling Code roster, which for those who don't know, is the upcoming wrestling game for, I believe, like PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox, and all that stuff. In the game, their latest roster member, Hassan. Yes, that Muhammad Hassan.
Damn, really? Muhammad Hassan?
Yep, they got him in the game. They even got him to cut a promo.
Wow.
And they did it using their in-game engine.
What?
Muhammad Hassan.
This is why you guys should be following Smack Talks on YouTube. He's basically the guy who's been relaying all this information.
Damn.
Again, I will channel Obi-Wan for this. Muhammad Hassan. Now, there is a name I haven't heard in a long time.
I know, right?
This game's roster is looking pretty badass. Let me just get this.
Dude, I've got cut off for a second, but he's taking a look. There you go.
Only at 109 people, including Alex Gracia, got Alex Shelley, got Amazing Red, you got Daphne, you got the Bushwhackers, Bull James, you got Chico El Luchador, you got Sex Ferguson, and
dude, Chico El Luchador better be a goddamn 99.
Let's see who else we got. The Headbangers got Eric Redbeard.
Ooh.
Nice.
Jeff Cobb, Little Spike Dudley. Let's see. Matt Sydal, Matt Morgan, Lady Frost, Kurt Angle.
Wait, is it regular Matt Morgan or Venom Matt Morgan?
Looks to be regular Matt Morgan.
God damn it.
Now, there's got to be a customization thing where you can actually turn him into Venom Matt Morgan, so...
Ultimo Panda, Trey Miguel, Sick Nick Mondo, Simon Miller.
Oh, wow. Congrats to Simon Miller on his first video game.
You know something, lads? Everyone knows Simon Miller is always ready. So me going in the game, I'm giving it the thumb of power. That's an up.
O'Shea
Also,
Edwards,
why? That's why.
O'Shea Edwards, Max the Impaler, Petey Williams, ODB,
Nice.
Thunder Rosa, Willow Nightingale, Yoshio Tajiri, Zicky Dice.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, this Sandman, this roster is packed, man.
Hey, if that game's good, they got something.
Yeah,
Is Sandman going to just be a one-button character? So every move he does is a Russian leg sweep because that's the only move he knows how to do well.
One person
Yeah.
that I'm not sure he's going to be in the game due to his contractual status, but if he signed a contract to be in it and the guy was scanned up, I guess maybe there's nothing they can do about it. And that's none other than Eli Drake.
If he signed before the WWE contract, he should be fine. Also, it's Eli Drake. It's not going to be that big a fuck up. At least it shouldn't.
Yeah, so there's quite a few people in this game to be excited about. They even got Francine, who we saw on Impact this week.
Which, that was a mark-out moment right there. All three of us were like, wait, what?
Yep, Francine.
That Francine. Yeah, that one.
So yeah, that's all the news I have this week. I didn't think we'd actually stretch out this long, but I'm glad we did.
No, you didn't have to. I think that rant, like, oh, God. Look, folks, I apologize for ranting that much, but I'm not going to apologize for shitting on WWE when they deliver shit. Look, it's like McDonald's. We know it's shit. That's why we liked it. But even have some competency and some respect for your product, for God's sake. It's not a moneymaker. It's a wrestling company. It's a sports entertainment franchise with, like, everything, and there's enough talent in there to keep the damn motor running for years to come on the hype machine.
Anyway, that's all I have on this.
No shocker who one of my losers is this week, but I'll let you guys go first. Shin, kick us off.
I got a little bit of news.
Sorry. Force a habit. Go ahead on the news.
All right, Tyson Kidd announced on Twitter that Natalya has successfully had her surgery to fix her leg after this Monday.
Yeah, so it was made official that there was what did they say what it was?
According to Natalya's tweet, she says, "Today my surgeon told me that I'm an anomaly. It's been an intense week to say the least. All I asked was that I be put back into the fighting fast. The surgery will fix me and the defending." So basically, there's some kind of leg injury from what I can see, but she apparently is going to be on the mend quite faster than most people they hope. So she might be back sooner than later.
You know what? It's a leg thing, and it's fixed. So it's a case of let's heal up and then fuck some people up. Makes sense.
And in my second bit of news, Tama Tonga had some words for the Elite after they posted a picture of all the members with their gold, and it said the Machine Gun posted unarguably the greatest of all time, #Super Elite. And Tama replies, "I would argue with you, but we're past that. Your good brother philosophy is shallow deep. The day is coming."
Oh,
and then Machine Gun.
Fuck.
And then Machine Gun replies, "Don't do this, Tama. I've been holding off killing the Bullet Club for good. Please don't make me kill what I created. I'm begging you."
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Here's a little bit of background here, because we context may be at least reminded here. So, the Elite, Bucks, Kenny, Cody,
Carl Anderson.
No, they weren't part of it. Like,
Oh, you mean the original Elite?
the original Elite that was in New Japan.
The original Elite was Kenny and the Young Bucks.
Kenny and the Young Bucks, and then they threw in Marty Scurll, Cody Rhodes,
and Hangman.
And Hangman Page. They got kicked out of Bullet Club because there is no leader, and Tama got sick of their shit. And also Haku was there. What the fuck was Haku's problem? That's a good question, but you're not going to find out. That being said, there was not too much resolution other than maybe 1 or 2 matches. People got split up, and it never got paid off in New Japan because, well, as soon as the Elite was gone for Bullet Club, about 6 months later, give or take a couple of months, AEW. Now, Anderson and Gallows, they left at the same time as AJ Styles and Nakamura in that blockbuster move by WWE back in 2018. AJ got kicked out of the Bullet Club by Kenny Omega, but not Gallows and Anderson. So technically, Gallows and Anderson are still Bullet Club. On a technicality, they chose to leave, or it was by technicality. So when Gallows and Anderson say they are part of Bullet Club, they're not technically wrong. So this story between Tama and Carl, there's juice to that. There is, like, you want to talk about long-term booking. Yeah. We're talking long-term booking, as in they were legit founding members of the Biz Cliz. That includes Fale, and that, of course, includes Finn Balor, but he's busy being Finn Balor on WWE TV. Prince Devitt, by the way. So, when I hear Tama and Machine Gun beefing, and Anderson's going, dude, do not make me kill this. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, indeed.
And that's all the news I got.
Yeah, I think I stole your thunder there. Sorry, man.
It's okay, man. It's okay. You were more versed in this than I was, anyway.
I mean, we've been following New Japan since the Wrestle Kingdom 9, at the very least. So, even longer in certain aspects. But ever since they got English commentary, pretty much. So, yeah, this is a deep cut, is all I'm saying. The only thing I need to add is John Cena versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam has been made official. There is a piece of paper to it and all that stuff. So, there you go. Let's do what. I no spoiler on who the fuck one of my losers is, but we'll get to you first. Chen, go right ahead.
I got 2 special D-cell batteries. Both of them are not wrestling related, but
yeah, I think I know one of them, but I'll let you go.
One of them, I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to elaborate because it's far too vile for me to go into detail. I know that Devil knows because we talked about it and trading emails back and forth. I know Hairball knows about it. I'm not sure about everybody else, and I know I just told before the show.
We've been made aware of why it's on the list, and we will not elaborate because we do not wish to scar you.
Yep.
So at that point, for me, it's like after the shit I've seen, you don't need to. Anyway, moving on.
If you're on Twitter today and you happen to click on an unfortunate trending topic, you also have been scarred, like I was.
Yep. But just to say, first D-cell battery goes into none other than Chris Chan.
At this point, we will not. Shin, you could stop right there. Just say Chris Chan. We say if you Google or research at your own risk. Yeah. Moving on.
Second D-cell goes to Games Workshop. Because I told you last week Games Workshop did this new edict where they pretty much outlawed anyone doing fan animations for 40K stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So this week, Griff told me about it, and me and Devil talked about it too. But this week, Alpha Barbarossa, the genius behind If the Emperor of Mankind Had a Text-to-Speech Device, announced in a heartbreaking video that TTS Emperor and all related content will be on permanent hiatus. Because this hurts. I didn't get into 40K. I got into 40K because of TTS Emperor. Like, I knew spit all about it, but the show was just so damn funny, and the animation and writing were so on point that I had to dig into 40K just to understand.
Just to get the joke.
Yeah, it's like DB's. It's like Dragon Ball Abridged. It's funny on its own, but if you get the references, it is bloody hilarious. And they had so much set up for the future, and for Games Workshop to screw them over like this, it breaks my fucking heart. Now, proper losers, of course, WWE for, Matty just ranted about it for like 30 plus minutes, so I don't need to go into too much detail. And Domino's for pitching a fit for the Nick Gage match. That was a coincidence. You should just be using this to get yourself more people to buy your stuff. If you got Nick Gage advertising for you, you'll be making money hand over fist. Do it, Domino's.
I don't think they were pitching a fit. They were just writing a letter to calm the Karens down. But I get why, and I don't blame you. D-Dub.
My only loser this week is WWE for all the obvious reasons.
Why am I not surprised? Hey, look, it's the same company I've ranted for about half an hour on. There you go, WWE and Domino's.
Shin, we have a sweep.
Get the brooms.
We got a sweep. Get the broom. Somebody get the broom.
Yep.
Sweep it up.
Yep. But yeah, Domino's, I get it. Like, you have to do something to calm the Karens down. So there's no shame in that. You still got to make your money. That's fair enough. You're still getting a loser, though. I gotta. Let's do winners, gentlemen.
Oh, winners is very easy. Very easy. AEW, another banger show with a great main event, a great opener, teasing a lot of great stuff coming down the pipeline. Impact Wrestling, still hitting it on all cylinders as they head for Homecoming, which is set up to be looking to be a great show, especially with their own version of the Mixed Match Challenge tournament going on. And considering the breadth of talent they got and the great female wrestlers they have access to, it's going to be something great. And just because it's a stinger, Cameron Grimes at LA Knight. Even though I didn't watch NXT, I know that those segments are always gold because it's Cameron Grimes and LA Knight. What more do you want?
They did not disappoint this week.
No,
they did not disappoint.
And as for my last winner, Alpha Barbavusa. Thank you for all the years that you've given us and everyone in the Warhammer 40K community with your stuff. Great episodes. I hope somebody archived them. If you have the chance, even if you're not into Warhammer 40K, watch it. This series is hilarious, and you will be quoting stuff all day. I mean, you want to know how important this series is? Anytime that anyone does a Warhammer 40K video about any individual from that series, you will see nothing but jokes from it. Like, I remember Vaults of Terror, which is like one of the biggest 40K lore videos out there, and he did one on Rogel Dorn, and the entire comment section was just full of TTS Emperor quotes from Rogel Dorn. It got so bad, Alpha Barbavusa had to actually comment and tell Vaults of Terror, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was going to be like this. And Vaults of Terror was like, it's cool, I love your show, man, it's great. So thank you for all the great memories, my man. And hopefully we'll see some more up down the line. I'm done.
T-Dub.
My winner this week, of course, goes to AEW Dynamite for another pretty good show, although not as strong as previous weeks, but I guess they all can't be hitting home runs every week. Because it was mostly like some of the middle stuff was kind of forgettable, but still overall an enjoyable show at the end. It had a smile on my face at the beginning and at the end of the show, which is, I guess, all that really matters. And, of course, Impact is still doing quite decent, especially with their women's division department. And one thing that I was not aware of until Allie's interview on AEW Unrestricted was the fact that Madison Rayne is pretty much the head of their one of the people and head of their women's department. And you know that wedding segment with Allie and Braxton Sutter and all them?
Oh, with the murder mystery and all?
No, not the murder mystery, the last one before that.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, with Allie and Braxton Sutter and Maria Kanellis and Mike Bennett.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
All that was written by Madison Rayne.
Damn.
That was all her.
Put that lady on the winner's list for that.
Yeah, 100%. And that is still easily my favorite wedding segment of all time in wrestling because of how into it the crowd was. They were so fucking loud. If you have not watched that segment, go back and watch it because, like I said, best wedding segment in pro wrestling, absolutely amazing. So those are my winners.
All right. Well, for me, Game Changer Wrestling. Goddamn, whatever you guys get on the nuclear heat, give some of that to MGF. I'm pretty sure he could enjoy that shit.
After that match, MGF is off my list for heel of the year. He's going to have to work his way back up for that.
Dude, it's going to be a back and forth between him and Matt Cardona. That is for sure. How could it not? After that reaction? Yeah. Head over heels, Matt Cardona. Cardona is heel of the year. Though MJF is going to do his damnedest to get back that top spot, I am sure. Speaking of Matt Cardona, for that who'd have thunk Zack Ryder would be getting that kind of nuclear heat in a crowd in 2021? Who had that? Bullshit.
Certainly not I.
Those of you raising your hand, bullshit. You did not. Go ahead, T-Dub. I didn't mean to cut you off again. A lot of that going on.
I said, not I. That's for certain.
And you're speaking truth. All Elite Wrestling, yeah, it wasn't a home run, but it's still a triple is a triple. You hit, you put on bases. And you know what? Sometimes that's good. Hikuleo versus Lance Archer, that was awesome. Nick Gage, National Television Death Match. Again, 2021. And Haku, because I do not wish to incur the wrath of Haku, because I want to, live. And I'm surprised none of you had Haku in there either. Just saying.
Yes, I did.
You did?
I did. You just didn't hear me because I was speaking French.
No, you did not. Let's put it this way. Let's not enact like you did.
Yes.
As if it was like already acknowledged without seeing it. I'm just saying because I'm the obvious guy. I'd make sure your door's locked tonight. Just saying, just in case.
I'll try.
T-Dub, same thing. Like I know I'm safe, but
I've got steel bolts around every corner.
You think that'll stop Haku?
What if I were to say I had paid bodyguards the size of skyscrapers?
You think that's enough?
It's enough to slow him down while I run for the hills.
Again, you think that's enough?
Listen,
I'm smart enough to realize Canada border agencies are not going to stop Haku. They're only going to slow him down. That's why I'm like, hey, look, Haku's on the winner's list regardless.
And that's why I'm going to run for the hills, grow out a giant novelty mustache, and he'll never recognize me.
You forget that Haku has a great sense of smell. He'll find you.
That's why I'm going to change my deodorant to something completely different.
He'll smell the Dr. Perky on your breath.
God damn it!
T-Dub, best not to troll with Haku. It does not end well. Again, I refer you to the what culture idiots. Because that's what they are, because they tried to be cool. I refer you to the YouTube videos. It's actually scary, hilarious. Anyway, that's the show. See, JC's got a good play. T-Dub, just hang out with Baron Corbin. Haku will take the more fun prey. That's not a bad thing, though.
Haku will run through Baron Corbin like a Kleenex at a snot party.
But it will buy him a minute, and that's what T-Dub needs. Or, T-Dub could acknowledge Haku and put him in the winner's list, and then we can move on to our plugs.
Haku is my loser!
Right, I'll be contacting Mother the Monk in a couple of weeks. That's good. Thank you very much.
I think we should do a preemptive 10 bell salute for our dearly departed friend. Mr.
Yeah. Let me get that going. No, we're only kidding. All right, Shane, plug away.
Okay, aside from killing Matty, you can find me on YouTube at Maxicorn for all the latest in Warmer Horde news and lore. And unfortunately, Privateer Press aren't dicks like Games Workshop, so they don't really care since I've been doing this for years. And tomorrow is going to be a big day, as at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, I will begin streaming live read-throughs of my novel, New World. I understand there's a lot of people who bought my book but don't have the time to read it. Now you can hear me in my sexy, luxurious voice read it, the first 2 chapters along with the prologue. I'll try to do like 2 chapters a week, so best to stop by 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on my YouTube channel. And of course, if you want to read along, New World is still on sale. $7.99 digital, $17.99 paperback. Get either one so you can read along with me. And as I do all the weird little accents that you've come to accept. Thank you, Renico. It is a very, very sexy voice. So stop by tomorrow. Stay as long as you want. Just as long as you get some eyes on me. And we'll have a good time.
D-Dub.
Got a new video out this Monday. It's episode 13 of TWK Reviews, Random Wrestling Gripes. Just topics I didn't think I could stretch into a full video, so I decided just to put them all together into this video, all by themselves. So go and check that out. And this Monday will be the last video of the halfway points. Then there's going to be a tiny little break as I get all the rest of the videos for the second half of Season 2 together, put them on Patreon, and then get them out to you, the public. But of course, if you want to see them early, head on over to patreon.com/TWK Reviews. That's patreon.com/TWK Reviews.
And of course, yeah, like I said, you could get that new video earlier than the YouTube people. You can donate to my PayPal to my tip jar. That's paypal.me/manage316. Donations are optional, but always appreciated. Otherwise, on Twitter at MetaJ316, at TWK Official, and at Shintigercurl. I am on TikTok at MattyJWC. I just lost my first championship match, but it was a close one versus ACP. Shout out to NGTWF. The crew are weird, but awesome. So I just sit down and chill and let the weirdness play out. That being said, emails, comments, all that stuff. If you want to send something, we may be able to read it. Again, we didn't expect to stretch out this far. It's our first 2-hour plus show in a while. But
at least our first 2-hour show in a while that wasn't WrestleMania related.
And that's it. Yeah, there you go. They weren't even a pay-per-view either, so there's that. The Wrestle-Cast at gmail.com. If you got a question, we'll read it. We'll answer it to our best of our ability. And all that good stuff. The Discord link is in the Twitch the description and all that good stuff. And that's it. The next show I am on will be on Toku Riffs Live. We're back for another round of good old classic cheese and Ultra 7 killing a guy like he's a giant version of Minoru Suzuki. Which would not surprise me, but there is a giant Minoru Suzuki out there on the internet. You can find it. It is awkward and hilarious and awesome. 7 p.m. Eastern for that particular thing. It'll be myself, the Shades, and Easy Rider. Looking very much forward to that, by the way. That's about it. We're back. We'll be back on the airwaves with Rift Zone and all that good stuff. And we are not watching Raw, and you shouldn't either. Unless you're a Mark. Which you are, you know. Not the people in the chat, not the regular people. Just you. Topping up that angry letter saying that we're shitting on WWE too much. Yeah, we know you. You Mark. Yeah, I'm still salty about that shit. I'm going to be salty for a while. That being said, thank you very much for tuning in and all that good stuff. On behalf of Shintigercurl.
G-Dub, can I have all your stuff when Maine kills you?
And TWK.
King Haku. More like Prince who?
No, fuck. You know what, Shin? Take all this stuff. I just want his replica of the TV title.
Deal.
If I die, that's getting sent to Car Junkie.
Well, you heard him, Car Junkie. My name's Matty J, reminding you to help professional wrestling support your independent promotion as soon as possible. We're kidding around. We know T-Dub's not gonna die. See, we wrote down Haku on his winners list. we like T-Dub. We don't want him to die. Anyway, have a good one. Have a safe one. We'll talk to you next week. Have a good weekend. I know I will. Bye, everybody. Bye.
How long you want me to wash your balls for?